Right, so how are you, sir?
Oh, good, man. You?
Good. Tipping, as they say, tipping. Contemplating whether Saturday night's fights will be good or not. They should be okay. There should be some good knockouts, I think.
What's this Saturday? Which one is it?
This is Curtis Blades. Am I right saying that, or is it next week?
Oh, it's Blades and
Yeah, Volkov.
Volkov. Yeah.
Sunday, 21st of June. Yeah, so I'm right. Well, Saturday. Poirier Hooker is a class. What we'll get into all that stuff. Last Saturday, impressed.
Yeah, very impressed. Before we get to that, though, I just want to do our sponsorship
Oh, yeah,
for
go
West
for it.
Park Beer Company, who look after us very well.
Your beard looks fantastic at the moment.
It's getting there. I just have to get the sides trimmed. I'll be happy with it then. But yeah, I use all their shit. So yeah, West Cork Beard Company make handmade beard oils and beard balms for a strong, healthy, great-looking beard. Have a look at this one. Their products are made from all natural ingredients of Clonakilty, West Cork. Check out their YouTube channel at West Cork Beard Company for some great beard care tips and advice. And you can find all their products at westcorkbeardcompany.ie. And I highly recommend if you have a beard.
I do not, but I do endorse.
You try your best.
I try my best every goddamn day.
Yeah.
Telling you, it's summer, it's 8:30 and kids are screaming outside. Animals. Remember the days we used to leave the house and not come back until the lights came back on, or you were hungry?
How did our parents let us do that?
I have
Mad.
no idea. It's
They didn't
insane.
know where we were. We were gone for 12 hours.
Yeah. 12 hours. Well, sometimes you pop back if you're back for lunch if your friend's family didn't feed you.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
and then maybe 6, half 6, be there for dinner. And then you go out again
My
till
mum
9.
and dad would give me money here, get your lunch, get something to eat. It was always spent on something else. It's all spent on sweets or something like that.
Yeah, something stupid, then you were hungry and regretted it.
You're starving then, yeah.
I don't know. It just times have changed. Times are changing, baby.
We would never let our kids in 10 years' time. There's not a hope we're letting our kids out for 12 hours not knowing where they are.
No, absolutely not. Like, okay, out the front and playing with other kids on the green or whatever, but it's not heard of these days, is it?
I would go to different parts of town. Like I
Oh,
would walk or cycle from Mahon and we could end up anywhere.
hmm,
Anywhere.
yeah.
The usual haunt for us because it was easy. We'd cycle up to the Atlantic Pond, and there was this little kind of part in the bushes that obviously people used to drink in at night. The older kids would drink it at night, but we used it as like a fort during the day. And we went in there one day. I'd say it was 11 or 12, a group of us, and there was just a guy in there tugging himself off. He didn't stop when we walked in either. Like he was hoping we were coming.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I was like, oh god.
Oh, this is what happens in here. That's what that smell was.
Yeah,
God.
man. If that happened to kids nowadays, that would be on the fucking Cork Bio.
That'll be
Be a whole
everywhere.
fucking article writing about
This
it.
guy would be reported, he'd be arrested, you
He'd be
know?
hunted down by Facebook vigilante groups. Yeah, it's insane.
Some say rightfully so.
Yeah, he didn't harm us.
In fact, he awakened my sexuality. So let's jump quickly into the last Saturday night. Some great knockouts. 3 under 1 minute. You were saying there that you're keeping an eye on what's his name? I just lost his
Andre
name.
Philly, like
Andre
yeah,
Fili, yeah.
you know, when you watch the sport a long time, you could watch, especially the big cards, and then you watch the prelims and early prelims, and someone will always catch your eye. And from then on, especially as a casual fan like us, you like to watch them progress, and you join that bandwagon straight away, win or lose. The most obvious one for me was, I think it was McGregor versus Seaver in Boston,
Mm.
and I remember Derek Lewis fought on that card. He fought this big, massive, jacked Polish guy, and he landed this. Oh, and you look at Derek Lewis; he doesn't look
No
overly
way
impressive.
impressive. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and he threw this massive head kick, and it landed on the guy, and he ended up finishing him afterwards. I remember thinking to myself, I can't wait to watch this guy, and I've been following him ever since. You know, I'm a big Derek Lewis fan,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's the same with people like Andre Philly and stuff like that. Like obviously Sugar Sean back in the Contender series
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that.
Very impressive last weekend.
But this card, I think one of the reasons I wasn't looking forward to it too much is because there was no one on it I felt that I was rooting for, bar Andre Philly.
Yeah.
So, no disrespect to Andre Philly, but I'm not staying up till fucking 4 o'clock to watch him fight.
But see, this is the argument again. We would stay up, like it's not even stay up. It'd be on 8:30, 9 o'clock here. So you're happy to watch it if it was here at our time.
What else are you going to be watching? Yeah,
exactly. Let's jump to some news before all this. Like obviously the news broke that we have DC and Stipe 3. You have Poirier versus Hooker. Like some huge fights have been announced next for Fight Island. Perry versus Gall. That guy, that crazy fella again, Green, Valentine Green.
Yeah.
Like there's so many good fights announced. Like he's done an amazing job of Fight Island, I think. First question to you: are you pissed off it's not an island?
Yeah.
You are. You fed into the whole Bond Island on the beach.
It's not that I fed into it. This is what we were being sold. It was like it was given this impression of a fucking deserted island that they were building infrastructure on. Like after a while, I knew it wasn't going to be that, but I thought it was even one of the Caribbean islands or a Virgin Island, or what are they called? The Virgin Islands.
The Caribbean Islands, yeah, and the Virgin Islands, Richard Branson stuff.
Yeah. I heard a rumor that that's where it was going to be. Was Branson's Island. Look, it's cool that they're in Dubai. It's great for them to get more of that Middle Eastern. It's a big push for them because with ONE FC making such big moves in Asia, that'll eventually creep over to the Middle East, and there will be a tug of war now for that kind of region who gets the bigger support there, UFC or ONE.
Yeah.
Because that's a big audience, and that's an audience that spends money. So
was it you were telling me that the last event was all sheiks and princes in the audience? There's barely any regular people.
No, it was all people that
5-10 grand a seat.
Like that's exactly. I don't begrudge them that if they want to pay that. But look, it's Habib as well. He's their star, biggest Muslim star in the world.
Okay. You're not getting any Irish fella paying 5 grand to see Conor fight though in Croke Park.
You absolutely would get some Muppet. You will. You
get 1 or 2, but you're not going to get the full stadium.
I think you're wrong. I think you're getting 5,000 of them.
Not a hope.
I guarantee you there are
5,000 people in Ireland are going to pay 5,000 euros to see Conor McGregor fight.
They don't have to be Irish people.
No, I said Irish people because as in, yeah, okay. Volkanovski, Holloway 2, Jan Aldo, Usman Burns, all for 251. That card is going to be class. We're going to do it, hopefully, kind of get a group together. Are we for that?
Yeah, I get the future heavyweight champ here as well.
Yeah, if he's not too scared to sit beside me for the night, like, you know, back and forth there again. He just needs to step up, like. But I understand. No, he has a young career, and I don't want to finish it so early from He's going to give me a leg kick one day, and I won't be able to walk for a week.
You're done. You're done.
Or I'll mess around. I'll do something. I'll hurt my back or something. That'd be it. How are you looking at Poirier and Hooker?
It's going to be a great fight, but I always try to look at what will be there for the winner, and I don't see where that fight brings either of them after they win. That division is held up now. Maybe a fight with Ferguson. Hooker versus Ferguson will be a great fight. Although I do think Dustin Poirier will get it done.
Hooker McGregor could be a good fight.
That'll be a fun one, yeah.
It's not selling much though, is it?
Conor sells anything though. Like he sold Cowboy, you know.
Yeah. So Hooker's 5, Dustin's 3. Realistically, this is a title shot next after Gaethje, you know.
But how are they both jumping over Tony and Conor?
Because Tony lost to Gaethje, so Tony will jump back down.
What? How many fight win streak? You know, he doesn't
12, wasn't it?
Straight out of the fucking. He doesn't just drop straight out of the ranking.
Well, see, I think Conor and Tony should fight. Yeah, and maybe they get the winner of that, and then it's a title shot.
Yeah, I think that's the sensible fight to make at light heavyweight.
They won't do it the whole day.
No, I don't know why.
Yeah, it's weird.
whatever Connor fights at next, he has to fight at 155 though. For me,
Mhm.
can't be doing 170 anymore. It has to be 155 if he wants.
If he
to come
wants to be able
back.
to claim back for the
Yeah,
championship.
yeah. Because if in my opinion, he should have fought Cowboy at 155 because to him that was practice for
That
whoever.
catch weight, who was that for? Was that for Connor or was that for Cowboy?
I think they both mutually agreed to it, didn't they?
Okay.
They said,
Just,
"Fuck it, let's not cut any
yeah.
weight and just do it." Like,
Team Cowboys regretting that.
I think it would have went down the same way either way, wouldn't it?
That quick, yeah.
Maybe not that quick. It was very hard to predict. It would
Yeah.
happen that quick, but I think Connor's a harder fight for Cowboy at 155 than 170. I fancied him. I fancy Cowboy a bit more at 170, being heavier. If he decided to utilize wrestling, but
I think that's what should happen. Hooker and Poirier, whoever wins that takes on the winner of Tony Connor, and then that's the champion, or that's the challenger. You know.
Well, that's too many fights, isn't it?
Not necessarily, because Dan Hooker's 5, so if he wins, he goes to 3, and then if he fights 2, do you know what I mean?
That's a tough way to the title, isn't it?
That's
a gauntlet of tough guys.
Like they're stacked. Like forget feather. Like even like lightweight, welterweight, middleweight are absolutely stacked. Featherweight is stacked as well. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just it's probably it's a bold statement, but it's probably the most stacked the UFC has ever been, where there's been more than 3 really good categories. You know. Because for a while, heavyweight was dominant and was class. Then it was lightweight. Then it was welterweight. But now we have just unbelievable talent across, like, even featherweight or flyweight's class. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Bantamweight for me is probably the most exciting division at the moment. There's some unbelievable fights to be made there. I'm hoping it'll be.
Do you think
Sugar Sean next?
Yeah, that'd be great. The shit talk a lot. Well, no, Sugar doesn't talk shit, does he?
No. But it'd just be such a good fight. It'd be so entertaining.
Do you think Aldo he doesn't beat Peter Yan, does he?
No, I don't think so.
You saw the rumors of Triple C coming back to fight our boy Alexander Volkanovski if he was offered it.
He's too small.
I think Volkanovski kills him.
Way too small.
We should try and get him back on again before these fight.
Yeah.
Alex, what's up, son? Just jump over quickly to Gilbert Burns. This guy's he hasn't come out of nowhere, but he has at the same time, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, he was always tipping away in the background, but he never burst, and now title shot. You're like, what?
He hasn't been really on the radar for a title shot, and then
I think that was a play by UFC to say, fuck you, or if you're not playing ball with us, you've lost your chance.
Yeah, 100%. I was watching DC and Ariel.
I watched it as well. Very good.
They said that Jorge got the call the night before they wanted to announce to take it or leave it.
That is shit.
Really strong arming him. But at the same time,
this is what you said.
You know, you've done it for 15 years.
If you're not a champion, a champion, you don't have swag. You don't have any push. You don't have any say.
What it tells me,
as you said, just to give the listener an idea of, I know we keep bringing back, but Conor never turned down a fight until he was champion. No. That is what you said.
No, he never did. He fought anyone they put in front of him. He didn't pick any fights. Look, things changed after he beat Aldo, but on that featherweight run, he took on anyone they put in front of him.
And they loved him for it. And like, I know Jorge's saying, I'm doing 15 years. I'm a company man, but like, this was your shot at the title. Why not take it? And then if you think you're good enough, then you get your man. Then you're the man. Like, then you get your money. You get everything you want if you got the goal. Like,
what I could be wrong, but what it speaks of to me is Masvidal could have a doubt in the back of his head. This could be my last big payday, because if Usman destroys him,
the hype is gone. I don't think so. I think people will still like him.
But does he become a Nate Diaz character where he's just a fun fighter?
But Nate Diaz gets paid, like.
Does he?
He didn't get paid nicely for Conor, no?
The second time, yeah.
Yeah, but look again. This is
number 1 pay-per-view of all time.
This is the fight game. Like, you sign a contract. Do you mean I'm 100% by it? Like, even if it's 80 and 80 or 100 and 100, And Dana said they all get revenue. They all get a piece of the pie of that, supposedly. So, like, what do you want here? You can't. Yeah, you're hot shit at the moment, but the fight game, you're not. Like, Ben Askren was hot shit until he got a knee to the face in 5 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His stock dropped massively. So, how can you can't? And that's why Dana's not budging, because he knows the way this is happening. He's seen it 100 times before, where this favorite is on this hot streak and he's coming, and then he gets an uppercut in the first round and he's finished, and everyone's like, oh. As you said, MMA fans are fucking ruthless.
Mhm.
They are ruthless. They will drop you in a second. Like,
Yeah.
you need to stay in favor with them. Like, and Dana knows this.
Once the crowd started, the anger should be aimed at the UFC. But Dana is so good at turning it back on the fighter. And now the fans are saying, well, fuck you, Jorge. You should be, if you want to be champ, you should be fighting. You should take the fucking shot, even if it's free. How he does that, I'll never know. Like, how they spin that narrative is crazy to me. When, like, if you want to get the hottest commodity you have right now in Jorge Masvidal, fighting one of the best champions you have, it should be a blank check. And put it, like, it'll sell. Especially that card is going to sell hugely anyway. Now, I think it does drop a small bit, because to me, Burns and Usman is a much more boring fight than Masvidal and Usman.
Well, they've stacked it, you see. They've put Jose,
Exactly.
and they've put the bantamweight title as well, isn't it?
But those other two fights would have been in play regardless of whether Masvidal accepted.
Sorry, the featherweight, yeah, with Max. So they put Max there. They've put PDN Aldo. They've put Namajunas versus whatever her name is. I can't remember. I can't pronounce her name properly again. I can never pronounce her name. Jessica Andrade, is it?
Andrade, yeah.
Andrade, yeah. And Van Sant as well. So, like, they've stacked it pretty well.
Yeah.
So you can't complain.
The intrigue isn't nearly the same.
Like, no, if that was Usman Jorge, unbelievable stuff. But maybe, like,
if that was Usman Jorge, you're staying up till 5 o'clock in the morning just to see if Jorge runs across that cage and throws a knee.
See, this could be a play as well, saying, look, let's run it this way and let's keep Usman and Jorge for when we can get an audience and actually make proper money off the gate as well.
I mean, their revenue comes from pay-per-views anyway.
Yeah, but the gate helps. We can't dispute that.
It does help, but I mean, like, it's the pay-per-views is the big selling point. There's not a lot of intrigue in Usman and Burns. Yes, it's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a good technical fight, but the casual fan isn't going to have any interest in that.
I think Volkanovski Holloway should be the main event. I don't think Usman and Burns should be main event. Volkanovski and Holloway had a fucking great first fight. They know it's going to be blow for blow. Where Usman and Burns, you know it's going to be a shit show. Where, like, Burns is good he's good wrestling, and he's going to try and stand up. Usman isn't going to stand up. Plain and simple.
What's crazy to me is that they're sparring partners.
Mm-hmm.
They know each other inside out. Tyron Woodley and Ben Askren said they would never face each other because they were sparring partners.
And they knew.
Trained with each other. And they knew, like, what's the point in fighting each other? It doesn't make sense.
Mm.
But this is Ali getting his way. It's two of his guys in the main event. And Abe Kalawa, is that how you pronounce it? Or his manager.
Oh, yeah.
Is also John
Jones. No, as we said, look, he's asking for a lot. I think 30 million is a bit much, to be honest, in my opinion. But
you've been programmed to think that way.
I haven't, but he's a champion. So I can see why they'll sit down and talk. Jorge can't demand that kind of money. Conor didn't.
But we don't know what he's demanding.
We know what they're demanding for appearances from FightCon. So you can guarantee it's not cheap.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? We know exactly. We know the figures. They're overpriced. We've talked to their managers. They're overpriced. So you can guarantee if a fight's involved, they're not cheap. Like,
yeah.
I'll move it. I'll get some better light this way. Michael Bolton. I'm trying to get some better light for you guys. You look, 251 is going to be shit hot. I'm looking forward to it. July 11th, isn't it? Yeah, so not too long away, 2 or 3 weeks.
Is that the first one on Fight Island?
That's the first on
Fight Island. Or is
Island.
there a fight night before that? on
I
Fight Island?
don't think there is. The next fight night is this one,
Oh,
and
that's
then
Apex.
uh,
No, this
yeah, the
Apex.
Poirier and Hooker is the next one after that.
Yeah, that's the Apex. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad little card, I don't think, is it?
Which one?
Hooker and Poirier.
Yeah. There's some very good fights in that.
Indeed. You saw New Zealand have people. Yeah, fucking Mike Perry again. Mickey Gall. I think that's a tough fight for Mickey Gall. As much as the blackest man alive, Mike Perry is. I do think
I hope he sticks to his word and just brings his misses.
he's misses the corner.
It's so funny.
They have no early prelims in that card, and they have Luis Pena's he's the main event of the prelims in that one, which he's solid enough.
Mm-hmm.
Tanner Bowser, I've seen him fight before. He's a big fucker. Morris Green, I just think he's the nicest guy ever, because the interview after was like, oh, he's such a nice guy. He looks like the guy who's going to kill you in prison. Like, you know what I mean? He's just that kind of character looking guy.
He looks like the character in every movie, every horror film that's based in the woods.
And he's coming to get you. Like,
yeah,
that would definitely have something going into a fight, man, that you're thinking, oh, jeez, this guy's a killer. Like, you know, how's the hair growing, Keane? Mine's stupidly long
at the moment.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's not that bad.
It's not slicking back for me properly yet. I can't wait for the hairdresser.
To straighten that. Straighten the back. Hair straightener, the missus. So yeah. Just to jump back to two with Amanda and Cody and Sugar Sean, like that was a great fight night as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. Really good.
Oh, actually, I saw what's her name is on this. Is it Blades of Volkov? She's on it. What's her name? The girl who fought Macy Barber. She's on the prelims, I think, isn't she? Her name Roxanne Modafari. Yeah, she's on the prelims. There's some solid fights for this as well on Blades. Like Clay Guida's headlining against Bobby Green in the prelims. That should be a good little fight. Nice little brawl. How is Clay Guida still going, man? How is he still going?
I don't know how he doesn't have the record for most fights in the UFC. You know what I mean? He's around as long as I'm watching it.
He is. He's definitely around. Well, Clay Guida the Carpenter. How many fights does he have? Like 35 wins and 19 losses. That's what, 54 fights?
Jeremy Stevens has the record, doesn't he?
Does he?
Of most UFC fights.
Of UFC. See, this is the thing. UFC fights where Clay Guida could have been fighting like, XFO, Strikeforce, WEC. Like his first fight in the UFC was 2006. Justice and James.
14 years ago.
It's insane. It's insane.
Just a company, man. They must love him.
Yeah, him and Diego.
Yeah,
that fight was amazing too. Then that still goes down in history. Like, but yeah, some nice fights on this Saturday night coming up. Again, I'm not staying up. They weren't lying when we were talking to the agents about having Curtis Blades at FightCon. Austin Hubbard goes everywhere with him. Remember they said that? Austin Hubbard was part of the deal. Austin Hubbard is on the prelims.
Yeah.
They're besties. They're best buddies, yeah. Josh Emmett, he's impressive. He's good fun to watch. Raquel Pennington versus Marion Renault. Again, I think it's a Sunday morning, isn't it? Cup of tea, cereal. Happy just to watch some fights until 1 or 2 o'clock in the day.
I watch them with the kids now as well. Save enjoys them.
What did she say about my belt again?
She commented whether did you
just so the listener knows, I have a UFC belt I got at in Vegas, the proper, not the rip-off belts, what are they called, replica belt. And she saw a picture of it with your kid, isn't it? With Fikra.
With her? No, with her.
She has it, okay.
Yeah. And she said, did you buy it or did you earn it?
She
really
knows.
Throwing shade at you. Yeah.
She knows. My son, the last day, they got out of the car to do something and go somewhere, and he said to his mother, Dad's being a fucker.
Oh, Jesus.
So I have no idea where he got that. Obviously, he heard me say it about someone. He's been a fucker. And then I wouldn't let him do something or say something. I wouldn't let him get something. And he was like, Dad's being a fucker. My son's 2. Jules, my wife, just laughed it off. Well, she didn't. She was like, don't say that. That's not very nice. I was like, jeez, he cut me deep at 2 already. Like, Holly Holm. Yeah, Holly Holm's been announced August 1st. Aldana, she's fighting.
Derek
Has
Shabazian and Shabazian.
Shabazian.
Yeah.
Has Holly lost the mystique, the aura?
Since knocking out Ronda?
Well, she knocked out Ronda, and she was a force to be reckoned with. Everyone's like, okay, Holly Holm is the best so far. Then we had Amanda, and Amanda ran through her, like she does. But everyone. So that's what I'm saying. Is it because she was against Amanda that I'm saying she's lost her mystique, or is it she still has it? It's just she's fought Amanda.
I still think she's one of the most entertaining female fighters to watch, though. You're going to get a fun fight with her.
Yeah.
It's rarely going to be boring with her. Yeah, she's definitely not the force she once was, but she's capable of putting you to sleep in 2 seconds. So,
yeah, a good old head kick. There's no other news. Was there no kind of breaking news or anything like that? Conor retiring, but we never know what that. We never know what that is. Like, I'm not going to address it. Like, I honestly don't think he's finished. You know. Yeah, I think that's really about it, isn't it? Like, no major, like, Bellator is still very quiet, isn't it? They even announced the card yet?
Not that I've seen.
Bellator. Yeah, they're just live stream re-air. They're just showing the re-airs at the moment. Like, it's an odd one that they're not even planning for October, November, isn't it? They obviously have a plan, but
they have a plan, and because they know there's not going to be crowds, they don't need to make it public yet.
Yeah. Still though, to get some buzz and stuff, like, yeah.
Isn't that brilliant? Like, and ONE FC have had to release like 30% of their staff. The UFC have had to, or ONE FC, ONE CF. Is it ONE CF? No, it's ONE
ONE FC.
Have had to let go 30% of their staff. UFC have been forced to do fights during the pandemic to keep their staff paid, whereas Bellator have paid their staff, not put them in so-called danger, I suppose.
They just have money, don't they? They just have deep pockets, or just...
Scott Coker is clever, isn't he?
I love that they're calling Cappuccino, is he the next King of the North? I love that title. As a Game of Thrones fan.
We'll have to talk to him again soon.
Yeah, we'll get Cal on soon. We'll give him a shout. And we have to step up the game now a small bit, because take our finger out for the fun of it. You know, there's a lot of good fights coming up. What we should do definitely is the group gathering of 251. Even doing on the spot, quick vox pop with Hulk himself. I've reached out to Goofy Fighters there, so waiting to hear back as well. Just phone calls during the week and stuff. I'll see you in the morning. We're getting inked. We're getting some ink together. Should be fun. I'm getting one half of the heart. You're getting the other, isn't it?
Yeah.
Class. Looking forward to it.
Then you're gonna get the cock. I'll get the balls.
And then we're both getting tattoos saying on the lower back with an arrow pointing down saying "Game on."
Yeah. No, yours is saying "Game on." Mine is saying "Game over."
Oh no, mine is start here. Yours is finish here. Always a pleasure, my man. Thank you for listening. Please, if you are listening, do subscribe, like, share, comment, tag. We're across all platforms: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Keane would love you for it. Thank you again to our sponsor, West Cork Beer Company. Do support the show by supporting our sponsor. Guys, take it easy, be careful, and enjoy this fight weekend. And we'll chat soon.